Hey guys, my name is Dylan with the anime summary. The story begins with our main protagonist Seika being reincarnated from his previous life into a noble family being the Lamprogue family. Having no elemental magic for any spells, being laughed at by his older brother Glai. During the day, Seika is gathering a shirt full of leaves, testing his magic powers to summon rats and crows. Glai goes over to Seika, taunting him, and just before he punches Seika, Glai is swarmed by crows, being commanded by Seika behind his back. Ruft comes over to make sure Glai and Seika are okay and questions Seika while carrying Glai away on why he was the only one attacked. 7 years have passed and Seika is now 7 years old, learning about how big their country is, also being similar to the land of Seika's old world. Back in his room, he gets a knock on his door from Aoife, one of the servants a part of the Lamprogue family. Aoife shows him his missing jacket and Seika is surprised about how she found it. Glai appears down the hall and orders Aoife to get back to work. Then he proceeds to taunt Seika for having no magic and brags about going to attend the Ladonia Magic Academy. Blaze Lamprogue, the father, gets on Glai for not training his magic abilities. Before they leave to practice, Seika demands to go as well, with Blaze agreeing to do so outside. Once outside, Ruft following Glai both demonstrate their magic abilities by each taking out a rock using their respective elements. Glai tells Seika to try in front of Dad, knowing that he has zero magic, to try and embarrass Seika. Seika agrees to try, grabbing the wand using a special fireball ability to completely annihilate the rock, shocking everyone. Blaze informs Seika to focus on his studies in magic, telling Seika that he will be tutoring him just like Glai and Ruft. Almost 4 years have passed and Seika is about to turn 11 years old. In his room at night, he is recalling from his previous life all the monsters he has defeated and sealed away. He uses his paper dolls to summon Yuki. After summoning her, Seika is confused, noticing a difference in her. He comes to the realization that she was way younger compared to when they met in his previous life. Seika tells Yuki that he was only putting his summoning powers to the test and is about to reseal her. Yuki gets distraught and transforms into a smaller animal to hide in Seika's hair. The next day, Glai gets super mad towards Aoife when she accidentally spills water all over his clothes. Glai brushes the incident off and suggests that later at night they meet in his room to have a good time. Seika steps in between Aoife and Glai, then when Glai goes to attack Seika, he blocks his attack stone cold. After Aoife thanks Seika for the help, she escorts him outside to ask for assistance to help a baby carbuncle. Seika tells Aoife to turn around since he can't concentrate while someone watches and uses a paper doll to successfully save the baby carbuncle. They both chill near a tree and Seika realizes Aoife's special ability to see spirits and elements that no one else can see. Aoife tries to play it off, but Seika tells her that he has seen her eyes follow the spirit animals on multiple occasions. Aoife spills the beans and tells him that with the elements she was able to find his lost jacket. Seika questions Aoife on if she can control the elements around the area. He uses a paper doll to summon fire onto a tree, testing her capabilities. Aoife yells at the fire to disappear, destroying it in quick fashion. Seika tells Aoife that they will be training every once in a while and for the next year start training. At dinner, Seika has his birthday, turning 12, not being given a feast or birthday presents like his older brothers Ruft and Glai, along with his father not showing up for his birthday. In the hallway, Glai and Ruft stop Seika, telling him that they will help him with training to get into the military. A servant of Ruft's barges in on the conversation to report to them that a large monster has appeared nearby. Glai and Ruft look outside to see a massive elder newt. Glai runs away in terror while Seika runs outside. Outside, the elder newt is about to strike at Aoife and another servant when she uses fire magic to protect herself and the servant from harm's way. Seika directs the lizard's attention away from them. In front of the house, Seika uses a combination of elements to cast poison oni flames to take down the elder newt. From the house, everyone is amazed by how powerful Seika is. Blaze has arrived in front of the gate, surprised as well on how Seika defeated the newt with one attack. Later that night, after defeating the elder newt, the family celebrates with a feast honoring Seika's victory. Blaze questions on how he knew the newt's weakness was fire, and Seika replies stating that he read it in a book once. Blaze feels like he has to give some prize to Seika for defeating the newt. Seika requests to attend the Ladonia Magic Academy as part of the Lamprogue family. Blaze agrees to his request, but still Seika will have to take the exam to enroll into the school. Seika then makes a final request asking to allow Aoife to accompany her as his servant at the academy. Blaze denies the request, stating that Aoife has no magical talent. Seika tells Aoife to demonstrate at the window her magic. She uses extreme mid-rank fire magic, surprising everyone, and Blaze allows Aoife to accompany him. Gly gets angry, not wanting to go to the military, challenging Seika to a duel, having the winner attend the academy and the loser having to go to the military, with Seika agreeing to the duel. Blaze announces to them that the duel will take place at noon tomorrow, with the rules being no magic higher than mid-rank or the use of real swords. Before going to sleep, Seika is in bed observing the present he got from Roofed, when a gust of wind out of nowhere bursts into the room. Seika goes to check outside to see Gly wanting a duel now instead of waiting till tomorrow. Gly makes up new rules for the fight now, going until either surrendering or being unable to continue the fight. Gly uses mid-rank flame magic to try and take out Seika, but it has zero effect. He then tries using wind magic, noticing the barrier around Seika. Seika pulls out another paper doll to take control over Gly's body. He makes him feel like he broke his arm, and before agreeing to forfeit the match, Gly passes out onto the ground. Spring has arrived, and it's the morning that Seika and Aoife depart to the Ladonia Magic Academy. They take off in a carriage, and Seika tells Aoife to put on an amulet he made while being on their way towards the academy. Back at the Lamp Rogue house, Blaze is surprised about how fast life has gone by, recalling his first encounter in the rain being given Seika when he was just born. Questioning if Seika is part demon or not based on his black hair and his younger brother Gilbert that went missing in the demon territory. Lastly, assuming that Seika might be the hero in saving the country. Seika and Aoife arrive at the Ladonia Magic Academy. Karen, a teacher who works at the academy, announces in front of the students that the exam takers will form a line in front of her. Seika and Aoife approach her and she asks them to put their hand on the globe to indicate how much magic they possess. Aoife places her hand on the globe first, and Karen tells her that she possesses low fire and wind element magic. Seika then places his hand on the globe and confuses Karen and the students behind them. Amu, the top student and commoner entering the academy, makes her way through everyone, placing her hand on the globe. The light on the globe shines bright, with Karen satisfied that she possesses all 4 elements. Right before Amu leaves, Seika has a conversation and recognizes her from his previous life. In the academy, Seika and Aoife are taking their exams and afterwards are standing in the hallway still thinking about how they did on the exam overall. Following the written exam, Cordell, another teacher, announces to the students that they will now partake in the practical exam, aiming at stationary targets using their respective elements per station, gaining extra points for hitting multiple targets. Seika notices that most of the students in front of them only hit their respective target. It's Aoife's turn and she goes towards the fire target, smashing it, shocking everyone including Cordell. Then after, she uses wind magic to successfully take out the second target. After, Aoife goes up to Seika asking on how she did, and Seika cries tears of joy, ecstatic on her training. Following Aoife, it's Seika's turn, using a blue fireball, then proceeds to use earth magic to take out another target. Lastly, using his ice magic to take out his last target, shocking everyone again, including Cordell. The following day, the results are in, with Aoife and Seika looking at the board to see if they passed the exam. Seika sees his name being ranked 3rd among the new class, after seeing that Aoife ranks 2nd just above him. Lastly, the number 1 student being Amu, the girl that possesses the 4 elements and that could potentially be the hero. Later that night, Aoife and Seika attend the invitational ceremony for making it into the academy. While walking to the event, Seika notices dark elements deeper into the forest nearby. They both go into the forest to investigate and find a massive magic circle. Seika lays multiple paper dolls in the area and they make their way back towards the ceremony. At the ceremony, Amu is giving a speech to motivate everyone when all of a sudden lesser demons break through the door, appearing before them. While the teacher and Amu are fighting, Seika notices that the demons' attacks are slow, assuming that they are a decoy for the true attack. Back in the forest at the magic circle, Seika confronts the boss demon behind the attack alone. The boss demon then summons his servants to attack Seika. The demon introduces himself as Gol and states that he will do the fighting for the remainder of the fight. Gol uses dark teleportation magic and controls metal swords which almost slash Seika. After fierce fighting, Gol wins the fight, then out of nowhere, Seika appears back in good shape. Gol is confused at the thought of him still being around and throws a sword on Seika but disappears on contact. Seika uses water magic and knows that Gol used teleportation magic to escape his attack. Gol surprises Seika with an attack from behind but is countered with Seika's magic to escape Gol. Seika finally pulls out lots of paper dolls he's been making over the last few years, summoning his sealed dragon Mizuchi. Mizuchi charges full steam ahead towards Gol, destroying him in one fell swoop. After, Seika notices Mizuchi trying to escape, but he has his paper dolls lure Mizuchi back into his sealed door. Back at the academy, Ifa reunites with Seika and informs him that all of the lesser demons were defeated by Amu. Back in class, Miss Karen finishes her lesson for the day and tells the students that Amu and Ifa, the top 2 ranked students, will go into the forest nearby and deliver the new student roster at the temple. Seika volunteers to take Ifa's place, recalling the demons from the previous night. Later, the day of the ceremony arrived, with Amu and Seika embarking on their journey through the forest towards the temple. On their walk, Amu gets a massive headache finding a magic circle on a stump of a tree. The circle activates and teleports Seika and Amu into a secluded secret dungeon. Monsters appear out of nowhere, with Amu and Seika taking all of the monsters out. While they're walking through the dungeon, more monsters appear before them knocking out Amu against the wall, unable to fight anymore. Once Amu passes out, Seika unleashes his giant centipede from his ceiling to fight the rest of the monsters. After the fight, Amu wakes up noticing her whole body has been healed by Seika. He then uses barrier magic to help Amu with her headache, informing her that someone has put a curse on her. Further in the dungeon, the duo encounters a massive door, assuming that it's the boss room. Amu peeps inside to see a Naga, for sure confirming that it is the boss of the dungeon. They both head inside, activating the Naga, and combining their magic, they take out the Naga boss with ease. Seika and Amu head to another room where they can escape and obtain a mithril sword, including a ring from the dungeon. Successfully escaping and heading back to the academy, where they're asked a lot of questions regarding the situation. Under the school, Seika confronts Cordell on being a spy for the Demon Empire. Recalling the incidents that have been happening at school recently, Cordell takes off his glasses and admits that he's been working with the demons to take down the hero, being Amu. Just when Cordell is about to strike with all of his magic, Seika intervenes, stating that the curse he set on Amu is no longer on her anymore, showing the paper doll that possesses the curse at the moment. Seika then unseals the demon earlier that he captured, transferring the curse to himself. He then finally transfers the curse to Cordell, taking him out. Back at school, when Ifa and Seika are sitting down, he gives her a ring from the dungeon that he and Amu had just taken on. Ifa is very grateful for the gift and tells Seika that she will make sure to treasure it. If you guys like what you saw, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.